Hey folks, this is Kyle Keo again with a new training video for you. This is going to start with something that you probably didn't think you'd see me do for those of you that have seen me train at all, and that is high bar squatting. I have been busy while I haven't been making training videos, and one of the things I've been busy with is trying to learn some sort of vertical, or at least in my case, near-ish vertical torso position squat variation to really try and develop some quad strength. And I settled on high bar squatting because I tried it after the last meet and found that I could do it fairly comfortably. And have been working on it ever since then. So it is a work in progress. This is just, I think, 305 pounds that I'm doing for sets of 10 on this particular day. I really, on the high bar squats, the highest I think I've ever gone is 425 for triples. So I've kept the weight pretty low and really just focused on making my technique um, as not so ugly. And that has taken considerable work, but it is getting better over time. I'm really having a hard time staying totally upright, but I kind of expected that with my leverages. It was going to be a battle, and that's something that I have been working on and continue to work on. Now, it has carried over pretty nicely to my squat. I feel stronger with my squat, and my high bar squat itself has really gone up, and I feel much stronger with that, but it's still a work in progress, still something that I'm implementing as I do my preparation for this next meet. Moving on, I did some close grip benching that same day. Closer grip for me just means move my hands in one hand length on each side, so it's pinkies on the rings. I was having a really hard time setting up because of my glute on that day. Thought I had torn it last weekend. Pretty sure it's not torn at this point, but was still just cautious with it. So decided what I would do instead is I would just set up feet up and I would do my sets that way. So I was working with 225 for sets of 10. Obviously, they didn't move as fast as they would have had I actually set up and use some leg drive on the lift. But was happy that they moved as well as they did. Did a couple sets of 10, and then finished it off with a set of 15 because I knew I was taking a little bit of a break on the bench after this. My bench and my squat training have been going really well. It's been nice. After about 6 months, I've finally gotten my tendonitis to a point where I can train my bench again. And that continues to be something that I'm working on healing. And it's still something that I'm regularly seeing a physical therapist for. But I have reduced it to a point where I can basically train my bench pain-free, which I haven't been able to do in probably a good year at this point. It's been very minimal training. So I'm excited to see what comes of that because it's been a lot of work getting it back to that point. And it's been a big sacrifice with my training, taking a big step back while I was recovering. But now that I can start to move forward, I'm excited to see what comes of it. I had not a question per se, but I had a comment about my depth. Or, excuse me, or lack thereof on the last video that I had made, and honestly, I really struggle making depth. It's something that I had nailed down after this last meet. I had been working on it, and I really fixed it. And then I tweaked my back, and when that happened, I decided to stop doing all of my lower body stretching just to be safe with it, and I've tightened back up. So that was 370 for a set of 10. Obviously, a very easy set of 10, and my squat feels really strong, but the reps waver from clearly high to borderline, and as I go through my sets they get a lot better, but a lot of work still has to be done before I have the depth with a standard that I'd be happy with and that I'd feel comfortable taking to any meet. I definitely am not at that point yet, but I'm working at it because I want to be better off than I was at the last meet. Finish off with some deadlifts. This was the following day. 495 for a set of 8. Was supposed to do a set of 10. Just stopped at 8 because I didn't want to do 2 more grinder reps. Just establishing a number because of that back tweak, I haven't really deadlifted seriously in about a month. So just figuring out where I'm at. Not terrible, but I got a ways to go. Keep checking in. More for you very soon.